Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, a game that is currently in early access and being developed by Game Labs. It is only available on the Game Labs website as opposed to Steam, although there is a Steam page and it will be coming to Steam in the future. The game currently has a Naval Academy aspect to it, which it is a ship designing game. So basically the Naval Academy is designing ships for, I think, 53 different sort of challenges. You have to overcome different enemies and configurations and obstacles and build different types of ships. And so the Naval Academy focuses on that. It has a custom battle simulator where you can create just randomly generated custom battles. And then it has a campaign. The campaign is brand new. And it is only in sort of a very bare bones state, but that's what we're going to be playing today. This is part 2 of our British look at the campaign, and the campaign is currently limited to a war between Great Britain and Germany in 1890, and you are the secretary of either the British or the German navies, responsible for managing the fleets, fighting the battles, but then also designing ships and managing budgets. This is episode number 2 in our Let's Play series as the British. We won our first battle in the first episode, and we have a slight edge in victory points right now. And we have 2 battles that are currently occurring as we move between July to August of 1890. There's a convoy action near the Bay of Biscay with a British heavy cruiser, 2 light cruisers, and a torpedo boat escorting 5 merchants against 2 German heavy cruisers or armored cruisers, CAs, cruiser armored. And then there's an ambush attack off the eastern coast of, I guess it looks like it's east of Scotland, which looks like there's 2 German armored cruisers here of 3,500 tons each. And we have sallied 5 torpedo boats out to meet them. So these are going to be very thinly armed, but fast torpedo boats, 200 tons each, with 2 torpedoes each, that are going to be trying to match up against 2 German armored cruisers, which are going to presumably have 6+ inch guns and heavy armor. The speed advantage for the torpedo boats and the torpedo advantage is really their only hope. But let's go ahead and jump in and fight that battle. All right. Smoke spotted to the east. I don't want to have a line ahead. I want to have a line abreast formation. And I want to have a tight formation. So let's speed things up and see if the different torpedo boats form up on me. It looks like they're going to. I don't have to slow down a little bit to let them form up. So you can see they are forming up. I assume they're going to catch up here. Where's this guy going? This is kind of a weird formation. Oh shit, did we spot the enemy? We did. Now our torpedo boat, let's turn away from the enemy real quick. Oh shit. How far out are they? Seems like we're already really in close. 2.9 kilometers. You know what? Screw that. Let's just turn into engage. I didn't want to do a line ahead formation because I figured that would result in me getting sort of picked off one at a time as I tried to approach the enemy line. But now that we are kind of in a line abreast, kind of, sort of, I think we'll see if we can't get out ahead of this enemy formation here and speed up. There are 2 enemy armored cruisers. They look to have smaller guns. These don't look like 8 inchers. The turrets are too small. So I'm guessing maybe 6 inchers, which is interesting because our ships, our torpedo boat that we designed at the start of this game it has 2 torpedoes, but then it also has a 3-inch gun, which is not a bad secondary armament, or I guess primary armament. So we've got 5 3-inch guns in the fight. Obviously the enemy has, well, I don't know what their secondary armament is, but it's gonna be better than that. We're gonna go ahead and move in here and make a charge. We should really go for the second ship in the formation. I think that's where we're going to have a better chance to intercept with these ships. And the reason I wanted to go line abreast again is because my thought, is this guy separate? My thought is that the ships would have a better chance of surviving. So like if you're line abreast, one in front of the other, they could destroy one, then move down the line before you can ever get close to them. If you're in line abreast, then you can kind of come up on them and all at the same time. So they might take one of the ships out in the formation, but they wouldn't get all 5 of them, you know, in detail, if you will. All right, so let's move it ×3. They're firing at the lead ship here, which is the Brazen. We're gonna have to kind of continue adjusting course. I have set the torpedoes to off. We have 2 different groups here of ships. The Spitfire is in the second group. So it's a 4-ship group here and then a 1-ship group. We're going to focus on the Princess William, which is the rear ship here. The enemy has a speed of up to 19 knots, so we've got almost an 8-knot advantage. We are taking a little bit of damage at this lead ship. We are set to torpedoes off. We're almost in torpedo range. Continuing to adjust course to try and throw the enemy aim off. You can see we are taking damage. Flotation damage. Oh, shit. I don't know if you can fire your torpedoes, but I don't know why you're turning out of line. You're going to collide. I didn't order you to do that. I never ordered him out of line. He just decided, oh, I'm damaged, so I've got to get out of the fucking line. Why would you do that? This is a suicide charge. AI coding needs some improvements. All right. So the Greyhound is now in the lead, but she's aflame. I'm actually tempted to swing over and attack the lead enemy ship. We've got a better angle for a torpedo attack, I think. Maybe not. All right, we'll switch to aggressive aiming of torpedoes. Would think they're going to fire them at some point. Yep. Fish are out. All right, so Greyhound can go ahead and detach and get out of there. We'll go ahead and set this one up, the Spiteful up. Where's the Spitfire, by the way? The Spitfire's over here. How about you cut in front of this guy? All right, the enemy is turning to avoid those torpedoes here. So they missed those first 2 torpedoes. The second group here, the Spiteful, is also going to turn away. She got her fish out. So we've got the Quail coming up. The enemy's going to miss those 2. Spitfire still has its fish, right? Gotta probably get closer. Spiteful's fish are gone. So 2 torpedo boats have wasted their fish. The Brazen pulled out a line due to her damage. She could have at least gotten her fish away. Set those fish to off. Alright. Go aggressive now. Spiteful. You might even ram. This might be too close. I don't know if there's like an arming factor to torpedoes here. Where you're too close in. Didn't ram you. Cut out in front of you. There's a fish in the stern tube there. How far away do you have to be to aim your torpedoes up? Again, there might be an arming factor, but I'd like you to... Oh, you did hit. 1 fish hit. All right, so we got a fish into the Thor. She suffered engine damage and rudder damage. Trying to get a hard turn in on the Spitfire. All right, I think she should be able to get another fish off there. Well, I forgot. I don't think I forgot about you. I think you just sailed right on by. Alright. Spiteful already fired its fish. Quail didn't. Spitfire has another torpedo incoming to the Thor. It's in the front of the ship. So Thor might be finished. Hopefully 2 fish is enough. Historically, in the era of the armored cruiser, 2 torpedoes would be enough to sink one of these things. Heck, 1 generally would. But we'll see if we sank enough compartments. The first fish hit in the rear of the ship. The second hit near the front. So hopefully that even sort of displacement of flooding will cause the enemy to sink. You can see flotation is down by around 10%. Spiteful is pulling away. Brazen. Gonna wait to see what to do with you until after that other fish, that other ship is done. So those three have all fired all their fish. Down to 5%, 3%, 4, 3. Get down 2, 1, 2, 0.2, 0.9, 0. She's sinking. Hell yeah, brother. All right, good job, Spitfire. So we got at least one of the enemy armored cruisers. Let's get the Brazen out over here. You're going to detach. You're going to go this way. Now you have suffered quite a bit of damage here. Only making 18 knots. The Quail's going to try and come up along the broadside of the Princess William, which so far has dodged 4 friendly torpedoes, my torpedoes. But so far, I'd say the damage, I don't know if it was coming in abreast, if we just spawned in real close, but the damage has been fairly minimal to our ships. I mean, this is already guaranteed to be a pretty big victory against the enemy. We're going to be in real close. I don't have a great angle here so far. I don't like the idea of coming alongside the enemy broadside, but we're going to do it. Fish away. One of them. 2 of them. They're both gonna miss at point blank range. I know the enemy was turning, but still. Get out of there, Quail. Only one ship left with fish. Doesn't anybody have any missiles left? I would love to sink both enemy armored cruisers here. Brazen coming in. Again, there's no reason the Brazen shouldn't have fired earlier. Or should have turned away. I get if you're like in a line of battle formation why you would veer out of line. What's that noise? It's weird. So they're still shooting at the other ship. Brazen's only making about... She should be able to make 20 knots or 60 knots here. She's not accelerating. I guess one of her funnels is damaged, so that might be why. But she is not closing at all. I would sack this captain for cowardice, by the way. No improvement in speed. Well, if you're only going to make 11 knots, I'm not going to have a choice but to try and withdraw you. Princess William takes a 3-inch hit there. Overpen engine 3 damaged. Yeah, I'm not going to. Okay, we'll withdraw. The enemy loses 1 heavy. We lose maybe 1 torpedo boat. Or maybe they'll all get away. We'll see. It looks like one of them... No, that's the funnel. Never mind. I was going to say it looked like maybe one of the torpedo mounts had been destroyed, but I think it's just a funnel. Interesting that the enemy CA might be turning to charge. I got to get out of range before it'll give me an end battle option. Basically got to get out of visual range. Only making 7.8 knots. We are crippled. We have a damaged engine. Princess William. Turning. Not trying to close the range though. Looks like she just turned away. Still gonna fling low percentage shots at us at over 3 kilometers range. Oh, shit. Penetration 357 and a fire. That might destroy the ship. That was a 6-inch shell. So we know that the enemy heavy cruiser class has 6-inch main guns, 3-inch secondaries, and 2-inch secondaries. All right, end battle. So Brazen escapes. Greyhound was badly mauled. Brazen is moderately damaged, and the Thor was sunk. The Princess William, meanwhile, dodged 4 torpedoes, or was it 6, successfully. The Thor dodged none. I wasn't too annoyed on the first couple of fires, but that last one, you know, you'd think you'd realize the enemy ship is turning and accommodate your shot for that, but whatever. 1 enemy heavy lost without loss on our own end. It's hard to be too upset about that, especially with green crews in action. And, yeah, so there you go. 812 victory points to 5. Good start for this turn here. The Germans are down to 12 CAs, which is good because they started with 10 and have built 3 since. And now we're going to have a convoy action here against an enemy convoy raid against a small convoy of ours. And we have a CA, 2 CLs, and a torpedo boat to defend against 2 CAs. So we're going to fight that one as well. So enemy smoke is, well, good news is we're formed up pretty close. So we've got a CA. I'd like the CL to form up. Can you merge with the battle line? Yes, you can. Nice. So that CL will form up on the powerful. The Hardy is set to scout. We've already detected the 2 enemy CAs. Apparently we start in range with them. We've got 8 torpedoes on the scout. We're turning away. Now remember, these light cruisers of ours have quite a powerful main armament with a broadside of 7 4-inch guns as their broadside, and then they've got 2-inch guns in the casemates. We're starting out at less than 3 kilometers range. That's a pretty close-in spawn. I guess we might as well switch these guys into the battle line as well with the powerful. And then torpedo boat, we'll have you charge. And let's speed things up. I know we're all shooting at each other already, but we're trying to form these ships into formation here. So is he going to know to duck behind the CL, or are they going to just collide? Let's make it a tight formation. All right, so he does let the other CL go first. That torpedo boat's going to duck ahead. Hopefully the CL doesn't break. It does turn away. Come on, guys. Just turn to the right and you'll avoid the collision. Also, why isn't the Hardy moving way faster than this? Dude, you're not avoiding a collision. You're just all going in parallel this way. AI pathfinding sucks. Like, they're stuck in this loop where they, like... Oh, now they're just gonna halt. Okay. There was no need for any of that. Now the enemy's gonna get away. Because they know they're outgunned. Oh, now this... What the fuck? Sorry. Not to be too negative. This is just very frustrating. Alright, CLs, catch up with the CA. We gotta go chase these guys. Gotta go get them back in contact so we can engage them. They're trying to run away. 'Tis not to be allowed. I guess maybe putting the CLs in their own flotilla and letting them go torpedo happy on the enemy CAs might be the right approach. The enemy heavies are faster than us too. Not faster than our torpedo boats, mind you. In any event, we drove them off from the convoy, so the convoy is safe. Southeast. There they are. Yeah, they've got 19.5 knots. We've got 18 and 19.5. So our CLs can keep up, but can't close ground. Our torpedo boats obviously can close ground. The TB is making a valiant charge all on its own. I think that's on an angled intercept. 4-4. It's not really closing at all. 4-3. We'll close more if my torpedo boats can get some torpedoes out and force them to turn. But a stern chase, as they say, is a long chase. So we are almost in torpedo boat or torpedo range here, but we are coming up behind them, which means that is not the ideal way to attack an enemy with torpedoes. I wonder if you can order spread. I think the way the spreads work is it's just sort of, oh, it damaged the engine. I think it's just sort of outside your control. So they hit the engine, she's aflame. Ship's not at risk of sinking yet, but it's going to make catching them harder. My speed is effectively cut down below their own. AI is trying to run. Great if you could go faster. Adjust course slightly. Set to HE. Maybe you'll start a fire somewhere if you hit them. We were slowly gaining ground, but we're still out at over 4 kilometers. Seems like we're losing a little bit of speed here. Six. 1-7. They're actually outdistancing my torpedo boat. 9. So they're moving faster than my torpedo boat, which is only making 17.4. It looks like our top speed's been cut to 17 knots based on the damage we've taken. We've got some pretty bad fires aboard the Hardy. Front 3-inch gun is doing jack diddly. We're almost in torpedo range at the start. Close to 3-8. Can you repair that engine damage? Or are we just going to be stuck in a... Oh, they switched their fire. 3-7. 3-6. So they're outpacing my cruiser task force here. I would think this would be considered a victory for us when you consider the fact that we forced them away from our convoy without taking any damage. Oh, there we go. We got our speed back. Engine repaired. Bumping the speed up to 23 knots. Gives us a slight advantage over the enemy. Take an angle. 2-7. Goddamn, another overpen on a fire. Don't slow me down. Again, this is the problem with the stern chase. Especially when the enemy has fast cruisers, which they really do. 3-7. Man, I wish I could time compress a little bit faster. So they're firing their secondaries at us, their primaries not so much. Our cruisers are maintaining their distance at about 3-7. I'm assuming they're moving at flank. Yeah, they are. I'm trying to cut inside them to the left that they're gonna turn left. They might turn right actually when they try to avoid our torpedoes, if we can even get in torpedo range. We're close. We're 1.3, but we don't have a good angle. Torpedoes are set to off for the moment. 1, 2. We'll have to draw closer to parallel with them to get a good angle on the bow for our fish, and to assure that they don't just turn out of range as soon as we launch. And fire flooding over pen. Engine 2 damaged. Way you can angle the fish out, because you are not catching up now. God damn it. Just outside of range. Ugh. 0% chance. Just turn away. Save the ship if you can. Alright, so they're going to win this battle probably because of the damage to our torpedo boat. Unless we can do any kind of moderate amount of damage. But I don't even think we can catch these guys. Unless we get a lucky hit. Alright. End battle. So that'll be a victory for the enemy, but only slightly. 2 victory points. That's it. Our torpedo boat was badly damaged, but overall, a non-event. All of our ships are safe. And that's it for July. So if we move into August here, you can say we've unlocked lighter boilers, which reduces boiler weight. Germany loses 1 transport in the North Sea. Research here. So boilers, lighter boilers have been researched. So go ahead and stop that area of focus. I'd like to focus more on triple expansion engines, but it's not clear how long that'll take. We could do destroyer designs, gun layout, torpedo size. That'll give us 16-inch torpedoes. That'd be nice for a new design cruiser or anything like that. Armor quality in a month. So we've got 2 battles this month. We've got a convoy battle in the North Sea, which is 2 of our CLs versus 2 of their CAs and 5 of our transports. And then we've got a battle. Somehow the British have snuck a fleet into the Baltic. That makes sense. Although I guess it's only 1 CL. It's a cruiser action. There's Stralsund versus our scout. Let's go ahead and fight that battle. Getting a whole lot of fights here in this episode. Enemy smoke is spotted east. And we'll go ×10 speed. So our scout class, again, this is the class of 4-inchers, 2-inchers, and torpedoes. They've got pretty good armor. I think the enemy probably has heavier guns. I think they have 6-inchers if memory serves. And they've got like a broadside of 4, so it's a pretty respectable broadside too. Anyway. Smoke spotted east. Well, it's a good thing I'm heading east. Let's close the range, boys, and let's fight. Mano y mano. If we can find him. Do 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 do. Where is the German cruiser? We're closing in because the time compression dropped from 10 down to 5. All right. So spotted. Ship spotted, sir. Enemy ship spotted. Just inside 3 kilometers. Let's cut inside the turn. Slow down to. So let's take a look. Yep, these are 6-inchers. So they can bring 1, 2, 3 6-inchers to bear on a given broadside. Right now they're actually firing 3 at us as well because they've kind of got this dual turret layout in the front. Actually, they're firing. This is their ideal setup right now. They're firing the 2 front turrets and then also 2 rear turrets. So they've got a broadside of 4 6-inchers. We should cut inside that turn and, well, that'll actually lengthen the amount of time that they're able to do that. Good thing is we do have a decent armor belt, I think. Probably not to stop 6-inch shells, though. We're going to cut inside and try and get our torpedoes out on the Strassland. We've got 1 torpedo tube in the bow, 1 amidship, and 1 on the stern. This angle should help any kind of glancing blows. Oh, shit. Pause. Oh, no, that's play. All right, their fish are out. So we'll go aggression. And I don't think there's any way we're going to avoid this, but we'll turn hard over to try and avoid. I waited too long, I think. Probably. Yeah, it's going to slam into me. Well, we just took a fish. That's a pretty devastating hit. Any chance we can get our bow torpedo tube out? Yep, there we go. Smoke screen out. So our bow torpedo tube's out, but he's in the midst of a turn, so that probably won't hit. Yeah, it's going to go wide to the right. What about our midships torpedo? Shit. Their stern fish is out. My bow fish is out, or my broadside fish is out, but he's going to get another hit in here. And I have no maneuverability because of that first torpedo hit. He's going to get a third fish out? We're already going to sink. Any chance our stern torpedo hits? It looks like it's going to run behind. Yeah. This is why time compression can be a bad thing. Playing a little bit too quick. And there goes our light cruiser. Well, we did a little bit of float damage to the Strassland, apparently. I don't know with what. So we lose a light cruiser. Big deal. It was a defeat. That's what happens when you go charging in. Damn the torpedoes full speed ahead. Fuck. All right, so that gives them, it doesn't give them the lead in terms of victory points because the previous battles were still ahead, I think. And then we've got the Leander and Orion versus their Saxony and Prince Wilhelm, which I think they just have 6. You know, the interesting thing is their heavy cruisers have 2 6-inchers in the front, 2 in the rear. So they've got a broadside of 4 6-inchers. That light cruiser class that we just fought had single 6-inch turrets, 2 in the front, but they're like 1 on port, 1 on starboard. So fire 2 ahead, but on a broadside, it can only fire 1. And then they had 3 in the rear, I think it was, or was it? No, it was 4 in the rear and 2 on each side. So their broadside was basically, from a weight of metal perspective, is the same as their own heavy cruisers, which I find interesting. Let's see how this works. I don't know if their heavies have. Oh God, our cruisers start way back. Shit. Well, catch the fuck up, boys, because they're going to pick our transports apart. They're already up here on our transports. So our light cruisers are going to charge to try and catch up. Their armoreds are going to savage them. But the Orion and the Leander are going to try and use their closing speed to get in there close. And we'll just see. I mean, we're going to probably take it on the chin, and those transports are going to get sunk. But if we can get a single one of those enemy armored cruisers, it'll be a victory for us. We can probably lose every single transport and a light cruiser, and maybe even 2 light cruisers, and sink 1 enemy armored, and still get a victory the way the victory points are labeled. All right, so it's the Saxony, which I think these are the guys we had in that chase previously, so... She got 0 to 6 inches of armor. Makes sense that they're so fast, though, with the lighter main guns. Right now, the merchants are like, guys, why are you so far astern? Come save us. Any chance my transports have guns? Doesn't look like it. Their gun mount's empty. So these guys are like, fuck. Glad the enemy transport convoy that we attacked, or merchant convoy that we attacked a while back, had guns. We are 7 kilometers back? God damn. Well, we're going to jump ahead here, guys, in this video until my cruisers are a little bit closer, and I'll give you an update on what the enemy does to us in the intervening time. Presumably not good things. All right, well, we have begun engaging the enemy ships here. They've switched their fire over to us. They just scored their first hit on our transports, or our merchants here, which is interesting. Our entire convoy is turning away in line. And, yeah, I'd like to cut between these guys to get out ahead of the CA. I would think they think they have an advantage here. Let's try and cut between these ships. We'll see if the AI short circuits itself. We do have that second ship in line. All right, so that AI didn't. No. God damn it. Pause. Detach. Like, why would you go dead in the water to avoid a collision when the enemy's coming right, or your friendly's coming right at you? I wish I could just override the AI at times. So the Orion's going to be a little bit on its own. All right, Leander's speeding right back up. You can see these guys trading gunfire. 4-inch guns versus 6-inch guns. We've got more of them on a broadside, 7 to 4, but weight of metal probably still favors the AI. Fuck it, go behind them. Ricochet penetration. Come on, get back in the fight. You bastard. Alright, I think we'll cut the rear of the enemy column and go for the Princess Wilhelm. Or maybe not, we'll see. The enemy's turning away from us, so presumably they're trying to avoid us. Leander's coming up now. Do these guys have fish? They don't. So their heavies don't have torpedoes, which is nice. Now, they obviously have an advantage in terms of their heavy guns and in terms of their armor belt, 6 inches to 3.1 on my own. But I will say that my guns, apparently, according to this, at 2.5 kilometers, can penetrate pretty much almost everything on the enemy's ship, which has a armor belt of up to 6 inches. But the 6 inches is only on the conning tower. Everything else is penetratable inside 2.5 kilometers by my 4-inch guns. So we should have no problem penetrating the enemy armor at this range. They're gonna have trouble catching up. The enemy's turning away again, huh? They just want to run stern chases, huh? Which, how the hell am I supposed to catch up then? We all have the same damn speed, so they're just going to hit me until I die. They're going to turn. So I'm going to try and cut the head off that turn, and then we'll get aggressive on torpedoes here. We'll switch fire to Saxony. See if we can close the distance and get a fish out. Main gun destroyed, fire. And they're going to turn away. And my rudder's damaged. Fuck. I will say dealing with enemy ships that are fast is a pain in the ass to try and force engagements. Ryan is in trouble. I just don't know how to use my CLs. All I know how to do is charge in straight ahead and fire torpedoes, but if the enemy's just as fast as me, that strategy doesn't work. Engine's damaged. Alright, Leander, come up here. If they're going to turn in to try and close in and finish Orion off, then I will try to torpedo Saxony. Smoke screen. Should have used that sooner. Are you going slow? Oh, yes. Orion got a fish out. So they closed, and the Orion was able to put a fish into the enemy armored cruiser here. Oh, Orion's in trouble. But she did get a fish. Into the Saxony. Leander, someone actually just fired another fish. Another one's gonna hit. Turn to avoid. Third fish is gonna... Oh, well, that was a waste. So third fish into that enemy heavy cruiser. So we sank the Saxony. What a rapid change of circumstances. All right, get your midships torpedo out. There we go. It's out. Hit. Hit on the enemy stern. All right, so we got a fish into it. Can I turn tighter than that? Oh, I'm losing too much speed. I'm going to try and get my right broadside in. Orion, come back around now. You seem to be doing a little bit better. You're not quite on death's door. Leander's taking a bit of flood damage here from these close range enemy hits. But I think we're going to be able to get another fish out here. The broadside from this side hasn't fired yet. There we go. Another fish out. Hit. Give me this. Oh, she's sinking. Nice. Two enemy are. God, that. Wow, how things quickly changed. That went from being a clear-cut German victory, and then they could mop up the transports after, to an absolute disaster for the Imperial German Navy. 2 armored cruisers lost, all because they got greedy, tried to close the range and finish off the Orion at point-blank range, which allowed her to get her fish out, crush the elite enemy ship with torpedoes. That threw the formation into disarray, allowed the Leander to get in there and fire its own torpedoes. And in just a matter of moments, it went from looking like a clear-cut German victory to a disaster where 2 armored cruisers are sunk. The enemy armored cruisers cost them 1,300 victory points. It's 2,800 to 891. The enemy goes from 13 or 14 armored cruisers at the start of this video down to 11. Hell yeah. Our own naval prestige grows to 9.6 or 9 point, I guess rounding up to 10, which is considered normal according to the game. And there you have it. Let's move forward to September. I'm not going to fight any battles in September, but we do get the armored quality technology bonus. Nickel steel armor is researched, and so that'll allow us to build better ships. Next battle is going to be a convoy battle. The British are going to be raiding a German convoy of 7 transports, 2 light cruisers. We'll have a CA and a CL. I think that's the only battle in this particular day. Meanwhile, our bank is up to 3.6 million. And research is working on shells. Armor quality is, there's no reason to research that right now. We go with destroyers and get a minesweeper destroyer in 10 months. That'll be a new ship design. I don't know that I've ever played with that in this game. We'll have torpedo size in 2 months. We'll have bigger torpedoes. Rangefinders, we could do that in 30 months. Small guns in 14. Internals in 17. I guess work on rangefinders. I mean, that's so far out, but I'd rather make progress there. Triple expansion engines seem important from a ship design perspective, but I still don't have months. It doesn't tell me. So I guess I'd rather go with the thing I know than the question mark. Yeah, maybe we'll use this new stuff that we're working on to design a new class of ships. Let's see. Probably want to wait 4 months for the new shells and new torpedo size. We could do a new CL. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, a game currently under development by Game Labs. We are fighting our war as the British Empire. This is episode number 2 in the series. We're winning 2,800 to 890 in terms of victory points. The enemy has 17 CLs, 11 CAs, 9 battleships, and 13 torpedo boats versus our 7 battleships, 8 heavy cruisers or armored cruisers, 19 CLs, and 30 torpedo boats. A pretty convincing win for us on everything except that one battle where we lost a single light cruiser. But other than that, things seem to be going well. So I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Let me know your thoughts below. And until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'm out.